I know things look pretty bleak here on the old Chapo Trap House. No food for babies. COVID is killing more people than ever. No money for vaccines either. And they're running out of vaccines, not going to have any new vaccines. Plenty of money for war in the Ukraine. Fundamental rights being taken away from us. So the question is like, what do we have to look forward to? Is there someone out there? Is there a hero? Is there someone who's going to change the world and redeem humanity? Well, friends, I think there might be. We've talked about it before. Avatar 2 is coming out.
Yes.
James Cameron, the years and years have gone by. Years have gone by since the last Avatar movie. We haven't heard much about James Cameron, but he's been there. He's been working. He's been working nonstop to redeem humanity via Avatar 2.
To do a simultaneous civilizational mind jump to Pandora by exposing us to the most intense sensory experience possible. Frame rates that will literally drive you into a psychotic break with reality, reemerging in a newly enchanted land. It's going to happen.
Yeah, yes. In 2009, he caused people to become depressed and despondent, that they did not live in Pandora. After over a decade of technological advancement, and
oh my God,
I think people will actually transform the world into Pandora, possibly.
Yep.
I
think a giant Stargate he's building in all those IMAX theaters.
Yeah. I think that like everyone kind of agrees that like at least after 2021, after things had splashed down and moved around a bit, after 2021, it seemed like it would be kind of impossible to accomplish COVID zero. Who knows if it could have ever been accomplished? I know who could have accomplished it, though. The greatest administrator on planet Earth.
The Napoleon of our era.
If he ran for president, if he was just seizing power, I would not just like vote for him or march for him. I would like sell both my gaming PCs.
Absolutely.
And give Cameron, give it to him.
I would trust him with the absolute power of like a temporary Cincinnati style dictatorship, because we know what his values are. He's told us in the films, and they're good. And if we could just let him do it, we would all be better off.
He is the one person who could solve every institutional problem.
Yep.
The one man. He is the one man with the temperament, the character, the administrative ability. He's practically run a country for the last 10 years. The production of the Avatar movies is hopefully a staging ground for him running an entire nation of hundreds of millions of people. And who has done a comparable job?
Nobody. That's the thing. That's why he's our Napoleon, because the job of Napoleon, the job of world bestriding emperor and conqueror, that doesn't really exist. We've created a economic order that can't facilitate that kind of thing. But those people with those abilities exist, those drives, and what can they do? The closest thing you could do to commanding an army in the battlefield in the early 19th century is commanding thousands of people towards the specific vision that you have in your fucking head and making it happen, and having it cross so many different disciplines, like all these different people marshaling all these different technologies to get this outcome. That is where our real visionaries are. And of course it is, because we've been eaten entirely by the spectacle, and we've replaced like the value of production with the value of consumption, and just being flattened by what we're watching. And he's the best at it, and he should be in charge. And I gotta say, when the trailer came out, and I was seeing people on the timeline saying literally the exact same thing they said when the first trailer dropped for the first Avatar. Oh, this looks bad. This is like a piece. What does he have to do to slap some sense into you? Fucking. This is like Doubting Thomas sees Jesus and sticks his finger in the wound, and then he's like, I don't know.
No, yes. I am.
What does he have to fucking do? You absolute oafs. You fail to believe. Your eyes are blind. You have blinded yourselves to reality here.
I feel about James Cameron the way people who promoted cryptocurrency felt about Bitcoin and NFTs. It's never going to crash. It's only going to the moon. And here's the thing: I can hear the skeptics, the haters, the cynics say, "Oh, no, Chapo. Oh, like you're always talking about how everything is now just like a technologically mediated simulation of spectacle designed to entertain and distract you, and that like the metaverse is bad because it's just like tech overlords just offshoring all reality into like a digitally, virtually managed illusion by which your own life can get worse. How could you possibly think that James Cameron in Avatar is going to redeem humanity? Isn't this just another metaverse?" And the answer is, you fucking dolt, you moron, you Philistine. Avatar, the world of Pandora looks like Pandora. It looks like that. The metaverse looks like worse than Fortnite. Compare the two. Compare the two and tell me that one, yes, oh yeah, it's a movie. It's not real. Oh, wanting to live on Pandora, it's just a distraction. No, Pandora, James Cameron, Avatar will redeem humanity in a way that fundamentally the metaverse and everything else that we shit on cannot, will not, and is actually actively fighting. Here's another interesting point. Avatar, mega franchise, does not deal with the multiverse. Every movie now is about a multiverse. It has to take place in a multiverse. No, there's only one universe. It's the reality you live in. Pandora is that reality.
Yeah,
or it could be if we put God Emperor James Cameron in charge of all aspects of society.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And also, everyone shitting on the trailer. It's like, yeah, of course. Parenthetically, that the trailer, it's not going to look like the movie is, because the movie is supposed to be seen in a giant fucking screen in like I said, in a mind-breaking frame rate. It's not supposed to be watched on your phone. It's not. This is irrelevant, basically. But even then, in those few images we saw, some of the most dense and weighty looking CGI. It's like it feels like you are, yes, like watching an actual thing happen, which I'm sorry is just not what you get out of these Star Wars or Marvel fucking shit shows where it's just green screen and it looks it the whole time. But
Like,
not only that, not only was it actually a good trailer, all the people who were saying, in addition to that, oh, nobody asked for this. Nobody wants Avatar 2. Everyone saw it and then they forgot it. No cultural landmark. No memes. Correct. But people who saw Avatar 2, they might not talk about it a lot, but it's in their bones and it has been awakened. How do we know that? 148 million views in one day, baby, of that trailer.
Yeah.
People,
No.
he's going to do it. I'm sorry. Boy, about to do it. People are going to go in droves to the movies. If, the deep state hasn't collapsed the economy on purpose before that to prevent that from happening, which we might be in the middle of that happening. And if that happens, all bets are off. But if we could still go to the movies this winter, it's going to be in droves, calling it right now.
If they do that, even though he will project it on the fucking moon. He will organize. He will fly in projectors for every zip code in America, so people can all witness it. So people can witness their neighbors not on Nextdoor or accusing each other of human trafficking for the first time in 20 years. He will literally change the American social contract, and I think it's interesting. I think there is an angel and a devil on the shoulder of the modern man, the modern millennial man, median age 67. On one side is the devil, and that devil is the other man of this time. It's Mr. Big Things Coming, the biggest capper on the planet, Elon Musk.
Yes, that's exactly correct.
Yes, James Cameron is everything Elon Musk pretends to be.
Not just everything he pretends to be. He is has so much of his marketed qualities that he is in fact the complete opposite. Elon Musk, Mr. Big Cap, Big Things Coming. All he does is say things that he is going to do.
Yep.
Do those things ever happen?
Never.
No, they do not. No, they do not. If he says he's going to do it, it's already written in stone. It won't happen. The only things he does are things that someone else has done that he doesn't talk about, and then buys that thing and is like, by the way, I did this.
Yeah.
If it's his idea and it hasn't happened yet, it will never happen.
All he uses it to is to keep his stock artificially high and to scam government fucking subsidies. That is entirely the play. Whereas James Cameron, 5 years ago now, said, yeah, I'm making 4 Avatar sequels. Everyone's like, LOL, that's not going to happen. You will never do that, meme guy eating cereal. And then it's like, oh yeah, I built a fucking bubble city in New Zealand.
I like
And,
and unlike
created
unlike
500 new cameras and and wrote myself 4 fucking sequels that I shot back to back to back to back.
Fucking Musk is like I'm building a new type of tunnel that sucks.
Doesn't
I'm making a new rocket ship that like works half the time. It always things he says like years out, and then you see like a concept of him, and people are like, "Oh, it's amazing." Meanwhile, like Cameron, after I think Wall making Titanic, Wall already achieving this amazing administrative a feat, this technological accomplishment. Is like, oh, I have some free time. I think I'm going to invent a new type of submarine, and then just fucking does it. He just
and then
fucking,
I'm going.
He fucking does it. Like, do you know how stupid most people in entertainment are? Like, if it was like if you kidnapped their assistant and they're like, you have to pick up your dry cleaning today, they would die. That's most people in entertainment. And James Cameron is like, oh, according to my abacus that I use, I have an extra hour on Sundays. Look, that's perfect. That's enough time for me to invent a new type of fucking submarine that can plumb the depths of the earth.
And like, here's the other thing:
lost knowledge.
Unlike all of the other shittier imitation meta multiverses that we're entreated to be distracted by or to enter in, like Marvel movies or whatever. Like the thing is, like they're chained to a production schedule that demands that like at least 2 of them come out every year. So that when it comes time to actually watch the big screen, like laser battle or whatever, it's just like it's like dishwater, because like the computers, the animation is just like they just got to get it out there. It looks flat and dead as hell. Whereas only James Cameron could not just have written himself, but spent like over a decade rendering a single bead of sweat that's featured in like a half second of screen time. And here's the thing, like. Yes, Pandora is a metaverse that we are being entreated to join. But it's like Gnosticism. There is the false metaverse and then the true metaverse. and then we are being distracted by all these false multiverses that are counterfeit. They're gruel. They are a distraction. Pandora is the real metaverse.
Yeah.
It is and this is why James Cameron, unlike capper of the century Elon Musk, James Cameron will be the one responsible for extending the light of consciousness to the stars.
Absolutely. And you know why?
Because the simulation, not just the simulation of reality that he's created, it is not just a perfect like imagination expanding environment of which you can imagine being in. It is a vision that is like pink to our real world of like what is possible if we change ourselves. If we evolve our consciousnesses, we can pass through that veil into not the false simulation, but that we can pass and create for ourselves a better like universe than the one we live in.
Absolutely, because this is the good. Oh, this is just the same worship of impotent worship of Musk. It's the same kind of fantasy of being redeemed, But in the Musk one, he does all the work. And then he just unveils new products for you to buy. And then you buy those products and then everything works out. And it's all on him. With the Cameron vision, when you come out of Avatar and you are in Pandora, you have to act like you're in Pandora. That's what fucking saves us, is the way that we behave. Not along the consumer access that will have us all making the rational economic choice to buy Elon's epic technology.
Yes.
You have to act out of something deeper than that fucking shallow self-interest that is what is driving us into oblivion.
Okay, yeah, my actions in the real world and in my life and in my relations can be influenced by a wet dream rendered in fucking N64 or by alien spiritual Gaiaism used through tales where you're the Viet Cong. Well, which one's going to be better? And like, by the way, like I'm sure people will accuse us of hypocrisy, right? Because we made fun of how, every guy who calls himself an investor professionally, it's been the dick riding Olympics for Mr. Capper, Elon Musk. We've made fun of that. We've some will say, "Oh, how can you make fun of the concept of dick riding?" And I will say, "We're not.
Yeah.
That they're doing the bad type of dick riding.
And we're doing the good
riding.
one.
They're right. They're doing the dick riding Olympics. What we're doing is the dick riding promethean struggle.
Yep.
we are dick riding the fire from the gods and bringing
Absolutely.
the light of humanity.
And, I'm sorry.
And then a falcon comes down, and we have to dick ride the falcon for eternity, but it's worth it.
And like, if it's James Cameron's dick, I'm throwing a saddle on that bad boy and just
My God,
just trotting away.
The Sully's climactic riding of the Turok that allows him to lead the Na'vi into victory in battle against the Earthlings. That is literally a dick riding scene.
Yes,
and
yes. Dick riding, there's nothing wrong with dick riding in and of itself. It's like getting mad at the rain. It's going to happen. If there are types of people, there are going to be guys who are dick rode. There are going to be guys that dick ride. There are going to be people that do both, like me. And it just is. It is like light and dark.
Yeah. When you're in the discursive space, you cannot opt out of these concepts. The Substack fantasy is that you can operate by some sort of objective criterion that applies across everything and like roots out these notions. Nope, you got to pick a side, and you have to go by like your gut.
And to the charges of hypocrisy among the little brains, the like I said, the dolts, the
no-tails,
the dullers, yeah, the no-tails. Here's the thing. Yes, what James Cameron is offering is a technologically mediated simulation of reality that we are like offloading our consciousness to, and some might say responsibility for the world we inhabit already. However, here's the thing. Back to Gnosticism. The reality that we inhabit already is a false one.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the key component of movie mindset. Movies are an illusion of reality, but in their falseness, they are, in fact, the authentic reality. Mm-hmm. And what's so important about James Cameron and the fact that he is the American Napoleon and he's the one man I would trust with like Napoleon-like authority over like all aspects of the human economy, culture, and social life is that the false reality that he's created is one that is so exquisitely detailed and rendered that like to break out of the false reality that we exist in, you need another false reality that is so powerful and so overwhelmingly immersive that is the only hope to free ourselves from the shackles of this false reality that we interact in, that we think is real.
Yes, here's the metaphor. Okay, in the Dark Souls games, there are these things called painted worlds, and they physically appear on the outside world as paintings, but you can be physically drawn into them, and they're a separate parallel world that exists outside the world that everyone else lives in. And they are meant to be sort of a quarantine zone or a refuge for misbegotten things and people that have lost their place in the real world, the most bereaved people. They are supposed to be gentle places with gentle inhabitants that either were feared by the gods or just lost their purpose out there in the harsh world. The problem with the painted world is that it always rots. It always rots, and it must be burned down, and a new painting must be done. But sometimes the cycle is delayed. Sometimes it's interrupted by the vanities and delusions of the people inside the painting, and it isn't always reliable, and it will always rot. But in the last game, your goal is to help a painter of the new world find the pigment. And that pigment that will allow a special new type of painting, the most calming, cold, cool painting that can house humanity forever. While the outside world dies, while we reach entropy outside, this painting will last forever because it will be painted with the dark soul of humanity. The pigment of the dark soul. Mm-hmm. James Cameron is the metaverse, all this shit, Twitter, everything, Marvel, fucking, even Ray Donovan. That's the old painted world. That's the old painted world. It just rots. It rots. I'm sorry, it just rots. And we can no longer burn things down. We're just living in the rot. We have no ability to burn down the painting anymore. One man can paint with the dark soul of humanity. What makes us good and bad. That's James. And he will give humanity a cool, gentle place.
Okay.
While the world outside dies.
Felix, you say a cool, gentle place, a tranquil world, a calm hue, a calm pigment. Avatar 2, The Way of the Water. It's all just a nice, beautiful ocean blue, a nice clear white sand, just crystal clear ocean water.
Yep. And if you want to say, what are you guys going to say after Avatar 2 comes out and we all see it and we don't transform the world into Pandora? Well, that's what Avatar 3 is for, motherfucker.
Yes.
If that wasn't enough, that's just setting us up. It's another stage as we go through the occult ritual to create internal alchemy. And if it takes 3 movies, it takes 3 fucking movies. It takes 4
How about 4 movies?
I mean, he made 4. Why'd he make all of them? Maybe we need to see all of them before it happens. Or maybe it all happens after the second one. I don't know. All I know is as long as I'm stuck on this hamster wheel, that's going to be the Avatar films are my horizon as a veal calf.
Oh, why are there hadiths after the Quran? That's what you sound like. What all of you sound like.
The only way to destroy our false reality and undergo collective evolution as a single organism to begin the process of real alchemy, true spiritual alchemy and liberation is through the creation of the most perfect, mind-expanding false reality ever yet created.
Indeed.
It would not shock
fuckers.
It would not shock me if, like, similar to Titanic, this movie comes out, it's the greatest success ever in the history of movies, but also just like how after Titanic he's like, oh, I invented a new submarine. This time the stakes higher, more technological advancement. I think Cameron's superhuman knowledge and ability only stacks with time. It grows exponentially. This time he's going to be like, by the way, I made an Erd tree. I made the tree of life where the roots extend all through Earth, and it will be sprouting in your town soon. By the way, I did that. By the way, I made the runes that govern Earth. Oh, thank you,
Mr. Cameron. If you're out there, we're waiting. We're waiting. All of humanity is
ready.
Waiting. We're ready.
Yes,
we're ready to undergo the evolution of a collective organism. We are ready, sir. Because that's the thing. We are a collective organism. We're all Jake Sully. We're all James Cameron. There is the hand is not a part of the body. Is a part of the body, not apart from.
Yeah.
So it's just we are all James Cameron. We are all Jake Sully. This world is Pandora, but we need to. We are working to achieve that. But we need leadership. We need your leadership, sir.
Yes.
I will sweep the floors. I can't imagine you like drink coffee, sir. It just seems like JD Vance or Lee Schreiber, like a normal person does that. You probably drink a type of fluid that you invented that I could not even comprehend. So I would get that for you. I would do anything to be a part of your project. Please write the green book.
I believe it would be the blue book.
Yes, please write the blue book, replacing the previous governing book of America, Kelly's Blue Book.
So no hope. I know things look bad now. I know we're all feeling a certain level of fear and despair, but in the power of the human imagination is the power to create any world. To transcend any of this false reality, if only we just collectively utilize it together. So James Cameron, we salute you, sir. You like I said, James Cameron will be the human being who will extend the light of consciousness to the stars, not capper of the century Elon Musk.
Yep, he's gonna absolutely own that motherfucker. You don't think he'd be in the stocks and in the James Cameron Imperium every day?
Oh my god! Oh my god! That would be his trial. Once Cameron is not Elden Lord. I think he's like the God King after that. the trial of Elon Musk, the loathsome meme maker.
No, I'm being dead serious here. Like for any of Elon Musk's biggest defenders, name a single thing Elon Musk has accomplished in his life that is even 1/1,000,000th as valuable for our shared humanity as Terminator 2.
Can't do it.
None.
Can't do it. Sorry, done. Nothing.
Oh,
Nothing,
he invented it. He invented a subway that's deeper underground and seats less people.
It carries
no
one
one has
person.
ever used. Oh, yeah, thanks, dude. Awesome. You invented an interstate that's 200 miles underground. You're amazing. Wow.
Oh wow, you figured out a cheaper way for the NSA to put more spy satellites in orbit. Congratulations, dude.
Yeah. You allowed Ukrainians to have like fucking 56K that instantly gets them incinerated by Russian artillery. You're the man, dude. You're so good.
Hey,
Well-
don't forget the cars that explode.
Oh yeah.
How many James Cameron films have exploded? Literally none.
They've probably done the opposite. They've probably like saved people's lives.
People could, before they come out, people call them bombs, and then they never do go off. As opposed to
there
the
you
opposite
go.
once again about Elon Musk.
No, yeah, Elon Musk solved a huge problem for humanity, is that not enough cars were exploding and killing their drivers.
Yeah, it's like I think if Cameron tried like just did anything that Elon Musk dedicates his life to, he'd instantly be better at. Like Elon Musk goes to like Imgur or like Reddit and just I'm pretty sure just types in memes and that's what he does. That's what he posts. But if like Cameron still got the inclination and he was like, I'm going to get into memes, he would just invent a new one, and it would be called like conscientious bush dog, and it would cause like long lost brothers to talk to each other again. It would reunite families. It would actually change consciousness, as opposed to Elon Musk, who just posts like the dog from the dog meme.
No, like James Cameron is creating a meme in like the original sense of what meme was meant to be, which was like a gene, but to represent something that is not like tangible and like a measure. It's a way for like how ideas evolve and species along with them. James Cameron's meme is the redemption of mankind through a kind of collective shift in consciousness.
Primarily that, but I also think if he just wanted to make a Bad Luck Brian, I would cry and laugh and cheer during it.
All right. I think that does it for today's episode. We should do a movie episode on Top Gun 2 as well.
Yeah, we should.
I honestly am very interested in that.
Because apparently it's about like they have to hit like nuclear missile sites in Iran or something. At the
Hell
end of the
yes.
movie.
Awesome, dude.
Let's slap that up with a biscuit.
And once again, like,
I love liberal Hollywood.
He's not at James Cameron's level, but like Tom Cruise, like he's a general in the Cameron army. Like he is a guy that through Scientology and risking his life to make movies is also auguring a sort of paradigm shift in the.
I do think that at some point Cameron would have to free Cruise's slaves, though.
Yes, yeah. Well, that would be like the Haiti of it. Like, hopefully he would make like he'd make like a way better choice than Napoleon did, right? He would like not fuck up where Napoleon made like the historically awful choice.
Huge bungle.
Cameron would make the right choice.
Cameron would liberate us all from those trillion-year contracts.
If Cameron would like come back and be like, okay, yeah, I actually like did talk to Zeno, and it was like all miscommunication. Everyone's out of the volcano.
Some of y'all definitely going in the volcano in the Cameron world. I'm just gonna
I see any one of these.
I'm just gonna leave it there.
Just poo-pooing him and saying he's gonna fuck it up like he never has once. It's like, you're asking for the volcano, buddy.
People are so fucking stupid. Like, all they do is like watch John Wick 95. And they're like, "Oh, there's a new room in the hotel." No, well, there's about to be a new room in your brain.